So do you expect to have Christian Wilkins and Andrew Van Ginkel available Sunday?
Those both those guys are limited. Let's call them day to day, and um, hopeful that they're out there. Today's practice will tell us a lot. So, but both guys doing everything they can to get out there.
The thinking and changing the quarterback on the practice squad, another young guy, and Jake. What was some of the stuff that appealed to you about him?
We did a lot of work on Jake pre-draft a couple years ago. So he's someone we had some interest in. So when he became available, Chris and his staff, we just felt like it was a good opportunity to take a look at him. So we've been here a day, and we'll just keep working with him, see what that looks like.
Tua told us on Wednesday he doesn't expect any limitations on Sunday. Is that the way that he's been progressing throughout the week?
I think he's had a good couple days of practice. We'll see how today goes. And yeah, I mean, he's obviously there's definitely some discomfort, but he's fighting through it, and but he's looked good.
Coach, how's the team doing mentally? Obviously you had a tough stretch, but now you get 2 wins. How's the team mentally doing, getting ready for the game on Sunday?
I think they're excited to get back out there. Just kind of, that all starts with their preparation, which, we're kind of finishing the preparation today and kind of putting the finishing touches on the game plan and having as good an understanding of how we want to play on Sunday, and that's where the focus is. It's on this game.
When you have to face a team twice in 4 weeks or whatever it is, does that change the way you game plan at all?
No. I think we just try to, as a staff, put our players in the best position to have success this week, and we'll worry about. I don't even know when the next time we play them. We'll worry about that when we get there. So, really kind of just focus on this week.
Have you and Chris given any thought to changing personnel at all in terms of injecting another player at running back? I know you have trust in Miles. He's done good things over the last year. Savon as well. Have you thought about Duke Johnson, Jared, a guy on the waiver wire, or do you just want to continue on with primarily Miles and Savon at this point?
I think there's always conversations about who the best guys are to help us win this week. I think the focus is on the Jets and how do we what's the best way to try to what players can help us have success. So those are always conversations that we're having. So that's guys on the active roster, guys on the practice squad. Obviously, we've elevated a number of guys over the course of the season. So those conversations will be had, and we'll always do what we feel is in the best interest of the team.
Brian, you're leaving town this weekend for basically the last time until Christmas as a team. Did long stretches of playing at home like that impact how you practice at all? Like how you schedule practices and schedule things throughout the week?
I think we take things week to week based on injuries, based on my overall sense of what we need, and I get kind of feedback from everyone in the building, strength staff, medical staff, etc. So as far as scheduling down the road, it's really week to week. But I'm not. I think the focus right now is just on the Jets. They got some good players. They got good coaches. I mean, it's hard to win in that building. So that's kind of where the focus is. And, we just want to have a good day of practice today and finish off the week strong. And, hopefully that'll lead into some success during the game.
Right, it's a question without an answer probably, but when you're going to a building that has a wind element to it, it does kind of swirl there, how do special teamers prepare for things that you can't control and things that you can't really replicate anywhere else?
Yeah, obviously, weather, wind, rain, those are all elements that, we have to deal with, at times. And, we're going, up north, to play in that particular stadium. There are some gusts, some winds that, definitely play a role in um, the kicking game first, but then offensively, defensively, there's some things that may play into, or the wind could play into how the game's called, what we do offensively, what we do defensively. So, those are things we talk about, as a staff. Weather obviously changes, day to day. So try not to, inundate the players with, hey, if it's, the gusts or this, we just don't really know. But I think, some of the conversation is, hey, this isn't the environment we're used to. These aren't the elements we're used to. There's probably going to be a little bit more wind, a little bit chillier than, I know it's a cold front here, but it's, 75 degrees. It's, not yeah, so it's going to be colder than, what we're used to. And, that's part of playing on the road.
Brian, I want to ask you about the gunner, the role of a gunner.
Yeah.
How difficult would you say that job is, not just on the special teams level, but in football overall?
It's probably the hardest job, probably the hardest job, in the game for it. Let's call it one specific play. I would say my first, when I got into the league, I started in the kicking game. I started, in special teams with, Brad Seeley, when I was up in New England, and I worked with the Gunners, so I understand that the physicality, what goes on, from a play-to-play, basis, at that position, especially when you got two guys on you. So you got to be mentally tough, physically tough. You got to be strong. You got to be fast. And it's a tough down, especially when you got a vice there. And only the strong survive out there.
On that note, how much fun is it having Matt Collins on this team? Like yesterday, we just talked to him for however long it was about how much he enjoys playing special teams and how passionate he is about that and how that can really, elevate the other special teamers.
Yeah, I'm sure Mac had plenty to, yeah, I'm sure,
I mean, he's really fun for us.
I'm sure he is. I'm sure he is. So, it's great to have Mac. He's, he brings a lot of energy and juice to practice. And as you mentioned, he's a lot of fun, and I'm sure it was a great interview.
Have you ever heard his duct tape theory? Or do you know the duct tape?
I don't know the duct tape theory. I'm okay not knowing it.
Brian, can you talk about a little bit about the matchup with the coach, two young coaches in the league who have defensive backgrounds? Can you talk a little bit about that, and if you have a relationship with Robert?
Yeah, I mean, I think very highly of Coach Sala. He's mentally tough, smart. He's had a lot of success in this league. Intense, and you see that with his team. I think they've done a lot of good things. I think they play with great effort. I think they do a good job in a lot of areas. The one that comes to mind for me is rushing the passer, which that's right in Rob's wheelhouse. So we know what to expect from that standpoint. But they're tough. They're disciplined. It's a hard-working group, and that's pretty much what Rob is. And embodies a lot of Rob's characteristics and him as a person.
Brian, have you ever crossed paths professionally with Saleh other than just the coaching circles?
Yeah, just the coaching circles. I mean, combine, on the road, working players out, games. So we've gotten to know each other over the years, and I think highly of him.
Michael Carter's a guy that you guys have a significant amount of exposure to at the Senior Bowl.
Yep.
He leads them in rushing yards and is tied for the lead in receptions. What kind of challenge does he present to the defense?
Yeah, he's a good back. He's a good young back, good vision, downhill runner. But he can also make you miss in space. So, and he's good out of the backfield. So he's done a nice job for him. they're doing a good job getting him the ball and highlighting his skill set. So we liked him at the Senior Bowl. I think as a he's smart, he's tough. I mean, you could see some of the professionalism just in that week, that he would do the things necessary to give himself a chance to have success, and that's clear that that's happening.
What's allowed Jamal Perry to stick around for your entire tenure here so far, and what led to his promotion to the 53 this week?
Jamal, his versatility, his ability to play in the kicking game, corner, star, free safety, kicking game. He's fast, and we like him. I think we got a lot of DBs in the room, so he was on the practice squad, and we were able to elevate him this week. And he's helped us in a few games this year, and hopefully helps us this week.
The initial reports when you guys brought Andrew Billings in, was that you brought him up quickly. Do you expect him to be ready to play on Sunday?
Reports?
Who
got those reports?
There was a report from them saying he was
Okay.
expected to rise quickly.
I mean, he's been here 2 days, two practices. So, I mean, there's a lot that, I'm not sure if he knows how to get to the stadium. You know what I mean? I mean, there's just, yeah, there's just a lot we gotta get through. So, playbook, getting to know his teammates. We want to make a call on the line. What's the guy you're making a call? What's his name? I mean, there's some things we gotta work through. But he's done a good job, and we're I would say the first day we had him out there, we were in pads, and he showed some things that we liked. So we'll keep working with him. Again, you guys know I don't really give much to the reports and speculation. I'm here. I think I'd like to think I know what the plan is. So we like Andrew. He's doing a lot of good things, and we'll if he can help us, we'll put him out there.
This might seem like an odd question, but there's a facial change up. You've got hair growing, you've got a beard growing. Just your appearance, you just figured to change it up?
My son asked me to grow my hair out.
Okay.
He wanted to see what it looked like. So
Are you pleased?
my son asked me to grow my hair out. So that's what I'm doing.
Brian, knowing that
Last question.
you don't like reports and all these things, is there something to be said though that you guys have you've won 2 games after the trade deadline? Has that brought a calming, I mean, have you noticed? I know you said guys weren't focused on it, but you are 2-0 since that chapter closed for this season.
I think we're just having better execution. We're playing better. I think we practiced better, we prepared better, we played better. That's the formula. It's we can get into other things if we want to, but that's the formula that I know, and that's what I've seen, and hopefully what I'm trying to do is help us continue to do the things that we've been doing the last couple of weeks, from a preparation standpoint, from a practice standpoint, and just see what happens when we do those things. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.